Hey, okay. So I said I'd do the gender tag, and so here we go. Number one, how do you self identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? So I identify as non binary, and for me, non binary is just sort of a placeholder, like an umbrella term to describe how I can't really name my gender. I know it lies somewhere outside of girl or boy, and that's about as close as I can get to it because my gender sort of moves somewhere between some days feeling like I don't have one at all, and some days having just like a strong gender feeling, but not really knowing what this particular gender is. It sort of feels like something I can sort of describe it like it feels like something light, soft, warm. I don't know. Like I feel like I'm describing like a pillow. But that's kind of where my actual gender is when I can feel like a really strong gender feeling that I want to like present as. I don't know. A couple days ago, I looked up the word ethereal, and it was like light, airy, delicate, beautiful, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of where my gender is when I can feel it. But some days it's just like I don't feel like I have a gender, and some days I feel like I do, but it's not male or female. I hope that explains that question. What pronouns honor you? So I go by they, them, their. And on Tumblr recently, I added AM air to my pronoun list just because I like that it sounds like they, them, their, but it has like a bit more singularity to it just because I like having a set of pronouns that is specifically me. Not like I do like they, them, their, but it's just sometimes like somebody could be referring to me. Like if they're talking about me, then they can't also use like they randomly when they're talking about someone else while they're talking to me because I'm like, wait, me they, or do you just are you just saying they? I don't know. I don't know if it's like a weird selfishness of like wanting like particular pronouns or it's like that's only me, and when you use it in a sentence I know you're talking specifically about me. I don't know. I like AM air just added to my like pronoun list. So it's they, them, and AM. And I guess I'm preferring AM more so than they, them. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rhyming words now. Describe the number three. Describe the style of clothing that you most often wear. So I guess to me, all the clothes that I wear are either some form of femme or some form of non-gender. That's basically how I feel all my clothes are, and despite like where I buy them from or what other people perceive them as. Either they might perceive them as masculine, but it's like my clothes to me and my style is I either try to look slightly feminine to me, so it doesn't matter if I bought them in the men's section or the women's section or wherever. It's all femme to me. Like sort of layered clothing, like to me that's femme just because like it makes me feel warm and it makes me feel soft and comfortable. And anytime like I have like really positive happy feelings about my clothes and it makes me feel pretty. So I describe that as femme clothing. And then on the days that I don't feel like I have a gender, then it's usually a solid color. Not necessarily black, though. I do have a lot of black shirts, but just any solid color, like any all black, all orange, blue, red, blah, blah, blah. Um, so one day I might wear all blue, and not like the same shade of blue, but just different shades of blue all over, or different shades of green. Or I could be wearing all black, but I have red shoes and like an orange hat, or I'm wearing all one color with black shoes and black hat or something. If I'm wearing all neutral color, like all neutral, then I really want to have like some bright color on me. whether it's my hat or my shoes or like some bright accessory. So I don't know if that describes my style that much. I like sweaters because it's getting cold out, and this is my grandpa's sweater. I mean, like my literal actual, this was my grandfather's sweater. Got a lot of button-up shirts because of layers, because I'm often cold. So I'm like t-shirt, button-up, hoodie, and then a coat. That's me. And then in the summer, it's t-shirt, hoodie, or t-shirt jacket. Even though it's hot in the summer and like I'm out walking around because I don't drive anywhere and I take the bus, I still can't go anywhere without having a jacket with me, because I know when I go inside someplace, air conditioning will feel nice for the first 5 minutes and then I'm just cold the rest of the time, and I really wish I brought a jacket. So I'm all about the layers. It's just a matter of what gender I'm feeling that day. Either gender pretty or gender nothing. That's pretty much my style. I hope that explains it. Talk about your choices. Number 4, talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? So body hair, I don't shave anything. My hair is in dreads. I shave the sides. Like I went to the barbers for this because my sister was paying. But yeah, so. And sometimes I put in like yarn locks, which is just like wrapping yarn around this just so I can have different colors without dyeing it. Facial hair, I don't really have anything coming in aside from like peach fuzz and some dark hairs here. And I've been shaving a little bit, like once a month or once every 2 months, just so it like will eventually come in normally. At work, we're not allowed to even have beards anyway, so this would be continuously shaved. Okay, so that's hair stuff. What is it? Talk about cosmetics. Do you wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What types of soaps or perfumes do you use, if any? So I do wear makeup, mostly just lipstick, like dark lipsticks, or mostly dark colors like dark blue, black, purple. And then eyeshadow or eyeliner, just red, gold, or blue eyeliner or eyeshadow. I don't really know. It's like a stick or something. It's this blue stick, and I think it's a shadow, but I don't know. I don't like know much about makeup. I just know the eye stuff and the lip stuff, and it's bright, and I put it on my face sometimes. Nail polish, I used to paint my nails more often. I don't, because I work with food, and so they're like no nail polish. Otherwise, you have to take it off before you come into work, and I work every week, so it's like, why would I have it on for 2 days and then take it off? And so yeah, soaps or body soaps. I use a body wash from, I keep saying Bed Bath and Beyond, Bath and Body Works. The warm vanilla sugar, just because I like the smell of vanilla, and it's not too overpowering because I don't like really strong perfumes or colognes on myself or on other people, mostly because I get headaches. Like even going into Bath and Body Works, I get headaches passing it. Lush, I can't go in. Passing it will immediately headache. Going in, I will have a headache for the rest of the day. Too many smells, I just get almost like migraines. So I like scents, but like if I'm hugging someone and I can smell them like that, that's one thing. But I don't like if I were to pass someone and you could like smell whatever perfume or whatever I'm wearing. That's too strong for me. So I use like scented body wash sometimes, or just Dove. Depends on what's on sale. And now that I'm working, I can actually buy scented things. And sometimes I wear cologne. It's Victor and Ralph Spice Bomb. So I just wear that sometimes. But yeah, so I'm not opposed to perfumes or scented lotions and everything. But I just make sure that the smell isn't too strong. Like if I'm wearing a scented lotion, then I don't put any like perfume or anything on. If I'm just using regular body lotion, I might put some on. Okay, number 6. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? Yes, and all the time. So I'm almost never gendered correctly, and also non-binary. So like I'm almost pretty much, aside from it being in like a trans group where people know, I'm almost never gendered correctly. And I live with my mom and I'm around my family a lot and they all know I'm trans, but they've still not come around to using any of my pronouns or my name or anything, so I'm misgendered all the time. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? Yes, I experience dysphoria. It's not as depressing as it used to be because I'm, not just because I'm on antidepressants, but because I've been in therapy working on my own stuff unrelated to being trans, and so feeling better about myself overall, just translates to feeling better about certain things that used to cause me, or certain things that cause me to feel dysphoric. Like, I used to have a lot of, well, I still do have some voice dysphoria, chest dysphoria. Like, I have general dysphoria. The only dysphoria I don't really have is just, like, bottom dysphoria, because I don't really care that much about what's going on down there. So that's not really an issue. Mostly, I find a lot of it annoying. Like, nagging feelings. The chest dysphoria is really strong, so I mean, I can't leave my house without my binder on. Like, even if I'm just going outside to like rake the leaves or something, I don't like being outside without my binder on. And I think I might leave my binder on for longer than I should, because even when I'm going to bed, I don't really like having to take it off, because when I put my pajamas on and I'm like, this would look better with a binder. But, chest, blah. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children you may have? Children, I don't know if I want children. Maybe. Depends on how I feel later in life. If it's something that's, I think, could be manageable. But I don't know. It's weird because I've got nephews who I watch and babysit, and I've watched them for so much of their life. But it's a relief that I can leave eventually at the end of the weekend or at the end of the day. I can be like, okay, back to your mom. Mom's home. I can go now. It's like, I love spending time with them, but it's still a bit of a relief when I can just relax. I don't know, I'm 23. Like, more recently, like, my sister and I were on the phone and like we three-way called my mom because she was at a party and we were calling her to bring us food. Like, my sister doesn't live at the house with me. She has her own house and kids and stuff, but she didn't want to cook dinner, and my mom was at a party and there was food there, so we were like calling her to bring us food, and we're like asking her, like, how many pieces of chicken is left, like, take the rest of it, take it to us. Like, those people have like their dinner or whatever, they've got their own stuff, they already ate. We're home starving, waiting for you to come home and bring us like the leftovers from this party. And she's like, I gotta hang up, I'm going to the bathroom. We're like, stay on the line. I'm like, we've seen you in the bathroom before in person, you can be on the phone with us while you're on the toilet. And so, like, we were really annoying, and she's like, you guys are the worst. And we're like, we're your children, you have to feed us, it's important. And kind of ganging up on her, and she was like so annoyed by us. But I was like, I don't know, I'd like to have like adult kids bother me about bringing them stuff because they're so lazy to cook. So I don't know, I think about it in terms of like future stuff of having like adult kids who like come by and hang out with me or something. Kids as babies, I'm like, they're cute, but then it's a lot to work with, and then they become independent, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. So I don't know. Carrying a child has never been something that I wanted to do. Even before I knew I was trans, I was like, that looks awful, I don't ever want to carry a child. I was always like, I hope one day I can be rich and I can have like a surrogate or something, because I'm like, I'd like to potentially have my own biological kids, but I don't want to carry them. I don't want to be pregnant. That wasn't a thing for me. Or, I don't know, maybe adopting kids or something. Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children you have? Preferably, I'd like to share that with whoever my partners are or something. So, preferably, I'd like to share that with whoever is helping me raise this child or children. I don't want to be the sole person responsible for taking care of it, and it takes a village to raise a child and all that. Talk about money. Is it important for you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? Is it important for you that you earn more than any partner you may have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? So money, I would like to be, I would like to have it. I would like to be in a situation where money was, like, I could be financially secure because I've been, like, when I lived on my own, I've been in the situation where I'd had no financial security, living paycheck to paycheck. It was like rent or food type of situation, and it was awful, and I wouldn't want to have that with a family. I would like to share the financial responsibility again with my partner. So it's not important that I am the breadwinner, or I don't really care if whoever I'm seeing, whoever I'm with makes more than me, as long as we can both provide for ourselves and our family. That's what's important. I like to buy things for people. I like to give gifts. So it's not important that if I were to ever be on a date, because I've never dated, but if I were, it would be important that I had enough with me that I could pay for the two of us. At most, pay for the two of us. At minimum, be able to pay for myself. But I don't feel like I have to. But I mean, if I were to ask someone out, I would go in with the intention to pay for things. But if they were to be like, oh, I want to pay for myself, that's cool. So because I offered, it just seems like I should, I guess, come prepared for paying for it. And I'm not uncomfortable when other people pay for things for me. I humbly decline some of the time, but then if they're like really insistent, then it's like, okay, cool. Who doesn't like free things sometimes? So 10, anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? Playing with gender is fun. Not really knowing what your gender is totally okay. If you're not sure, that's fine. If you are sure, that's great. Do what you want. It's your life. Live it to the fullest. All the other bumper sticker things and like words of encouragement posters that you see, but about gender. So, yeah, I don't really have anything special to add about my experience with gender, just that for a while I didn't know. Like when I started realizing that I wasn't a girl, I didn't know what my gender would be, if it meant that, okay, I'm a boy now. But then I realized, you know what, it's fine that I don't know what my gender is, and it's fine that I move between not having a gender and then just having a bunch of gender feelings. Yeah, that was my gender tag. Hope you like it, and bye.